Greg Maddux pitching for career win number 300, game number 1 of Nomar Garciaparra's career as a Cub, and usually just a sunny day is reason enough to get out to Wrigley Field. A whole bunch happening at the corner of Clark and Addison. Maddux throwing terrifically his last 3 starts, 3 runs allowed, 3 wins, and there you see the number 299. Got to roll it over one more time. But the second pitch of the game goes really far the wrong way. Jimmy Rollins takes him out. His 5th. Sam, he's just up there in the vegetation. 2 batters later, Bobby Abreu strokes his 4th homer in the last 3 games. Fills up 2-0. Maddux goes 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Nomar, Chicago, welcome. See, now they cheered before and afterwards. I don't know if we have an answer to that. Corey Patterson on first. That's a 5-4-3. Anthony Nomar Garciaparra, you get in this house right now. Bottom 2. Sam Sosa going to do better off Randy Wolf. Deep left, gone. Hits that thing up into the jet stream. Wind, as you saw, blowing out, and that blows right out of the yard onto the pavement. Next batter, Ramos Ramirez. Okay, so Sam's got 23. Ramirez trying to keep up his 22nd. Back-to-back jacks were knotted up at 2. Bottom 7, tied at 3. Real Cormier pitching. Jose Macias singles off the glove of Jimmy Rollins, who was drawn in trying to prevent the run from scoring. Did not, so it's 4-3 Cubs, and then Nomar another shot at 5-3.
Now the 2-0. Line left, base hit. Rounding third, Macias. He scores. Lead 6-3. Nomar Garciaparra, welcome to Wrigley Field.
Who's the new guy? First hit and RBI. Good for him. Top 8. Phils get the bases loaded, nobody out, and then Kyle Farnsworth gets rid of Mike Lieberthal on a full count. Chase Utley goes away by Mike Remlinger on 3 pitches. Then Remlinger gets Jason Michaels to pop up, and in the Windy City, no pop out should be taken for granted. Marco Zolana calls it in. Larry Boa disgusted but mellow. Phil's no runners after loading the base with nobody out. Phillies down 6-3 in the ninth. 2-on-2 out. Pat Pearl cheesed by LaTroy Hawkins. Maddux, no decision. Still on 299 at the microphone after the game.
I'd love to go out there and maybe just try not to walk somebody and hope they hit it at somebody, but that's not right. It's not fair. You know, it's not fair to the rest of the guys and you know, the rest of the team, the city, whatever. It's just not the way you're supposed to play the game. And you know, I knew I was finished after 6, and you know, we held them in the 7th and came back. It was nice to see.
Maddux next start in his effort to become the 22nd member of the 300-win club should be Saturday against the Giants. 23-14 lifetime against the Gents. Grover Cleveland Alexander, the only pitcher to win his 300th in a Cubs uniform back in 1924, did it against the Giants. They were on the other coast back then. Oddly, 54 fewer people in attendance to watch Nomar and Maddux Sunday than showed up on Saturday to see Clement and Gonzalez. Recapping Nomar's first game as a Cubby. First time he says he'd ever set foot in Wrigley Field. Went 1 for 4, couple of nifty plays in the field. Nice reception from the crowd, as you heard. Free agency looming, so he has 2 months, 57 games to figure out if he would like to stay in that uniform.
I'm just here to just help as best I can. You know, I'm a small part. I've said this before the game. I'm just a small part of this. I'm just one member of this great team. And I'm glad to be a part of this team. I'm happy to be a part of this team. And I just, you know, when you go out there and win, and I think that inning just did it great, because that's a whole team right there. That's not just one person doing it. That was everybody doing the thing. Guys getting on, knocking, runs in. So that's what you're a part of, and that's what I'm happy to be a part of.
Cubs hope they're getting this kind of calendar player. Last year, Nomar hit .325 in August. Bottomed out, however, .170 in September. Nomar's bat critical here in the closing month, and for the Cubs in his career, Nomar .314 hitter after the 1st of August.
Rubber game between the top 2 in the NL West. This was a wildly entertaining series. Steve Finley, new guy for the Dodgers, on second. 1 out. 1 out. Steve, there's 1 out. Adrian Beltre up. Now there's going to be 2 out. David Wells taken deep, but Jay Payton's got it. And I don't know if Steve didn't know how many outs there were or just lost his mind temporarily, but that's a double play. That's a bit embarrassing for a veteran the caliber of Finley. Top 6, Pods up 1-0. Men on first and second. And Boomer's not pleased because Bruce Bochy comes out and says, give me the ball, Boom. 5 1/3, only 5 hits. And we're going to bring in a righty, and in Sean Green. That's interesting. Green brings home a run. It's Finley, who went 2 for 5 in this game. And we're now tied at 1. We're still tied at 1. Bottom 9, Eric Gagne comes on, and that's unfair. Pulls the string on Brian Giles. Top 10. Milton Bradley. Bradley said this felt like the playoffs. Big game feel, big game play. Jay Payton, a spectacular sliding grab, and dirties up that lovely white uni. Kids out there were hoping for a souvenir. Maybe actually they weren't. Let's stay in this game. Gagne stays in this game, facing Khalil Green, and he pulls a string on a 3-2 pitch. We go to the 11th, and Gagne, for the first time ever since he's become a closer, pitches 3 innings and helps himself out here. Let's start the inning-ending double play. Longest outing since October of 2001. Top 12, Robin Ventura still has one of the prettier swings. Doesn't he? Just
Charlie
a
Lau
textbook
baseball
swing.
here, yeah.
Fewest home runs in Petco by far of any park. That's gone. Gagne loving it, not in line for a save, in line to go 4-1. Dodgers up 2-1. Darren Dreifert, who gave up 2 in the bottom of the 8th Saturday, cost the Dodgers the game. Does he give up 2? No. Jason Worth squeezes it, that's it, and that's all. Dreifert gets his first save since 1997. That's normally what Gagne does. But speaking of Gagne, we might need to start talking about a different postseason award for this guy, as in MVP, to go with the Cy Young. He is unstoppable since that consecutive save streak ended July 5th. All he's done is thrown 15 innings, strike out 24, walk 2, and as far as the runs go, well, that'd be 0.
None.
Dirty hat, filthy stuff.
Watching Sports Center on ESPN.
Now go ahead and watch the Mariners and the Angels. Bartolo Colon, 4-0, ERA less than 2 in his last 4 starts. Is doing well. Top 5, Angels down 2-0. Colon, though, in a jam. Bases chucked. Scott Spezio, 95 mile an hour gas, and that'll get you out of the soup in a hurry. Top 6, Seattle now up 2-1. Colon tosses it up to Jose Lopez, who sends it right back to him, but well played there. They double up Justin Leone. Tied at 2, Rob Quinlan facing Ryan Franklin. Quinlan hits it down the line. Vlad Guerrero, boys getting hit on the base pass with a baseball. Sort up his shoulder on Saturday, but he's in. He was 1 for 4 with his 30th double. Quinlan doubles as well, and the Angels win it 3-2.
There was a time when the O's and the Yanks was a big deal, but that was long ago. There's Esteban Loaiza, arrives at Yankee Stadium with a goatee. That is against Yankee rules, so later he has gotten rid of that nastiness. Derek Jeter says, good for you, or else the boss will fine you, bro. Tony Clark. Oh, goodness. Now, we had the hogback grumbler earlier,
yes.
and Tony actually went with the hogback growler. That's an upper deck job, his 11th. John Olerud, though, looks like he might be coming in, and Clark will be back as a backup. Rafael Palmeiro, still one of the most beautiful swings in the game. He was 3 for 3, his 14th of the year. Yanks lead, cut to 5-3, but El Duque settles down, gets Javi Lopez, and then gets David Newhan. Newhan was 4 for 5 in the game. El Duque has 33 Ks in 24 innings. Bottom 5, Alex Rodriguez. Only 1 hit in the game, but it was long, it was loud, and it counted for 2. His 28th, he's tied with Manny, most in the American League. They've beaten the O's 11 of 30.
Not even close in performance to Santana. There you see the 2 men. There you see your numbers. Santana, big by the numbers, except for the part in the last half dozen starts where, he's only 3-2. Let's give the man some help, shall we? Orlando Cabrera, new sock. You got to replace Nomar. Join the team during batting practice. Batting practice, good. His first at bat and gone. Glad to have you. Ace Sox player to hit a home run in his first plate appearance. Top 3rd, we're tied at 1. Santana facing David McCarty. Torrey Hunter, he robs people of home runs for a living, and he just plucked another one from McCarty. Join the club, mister. Bottom 4, McCarty, though, going to get the out back. Hunter rifles one, and I got it. Well played there. McCarty, diving stop. So we go to the 6th. Pedro facing Jock Jones with 1 on. Jones goes down swinging. Corey Koski, no better luck. That was nasty. Pedro, 11 Ks, 7 innings, 2 runs, didn't figure in the decision. Santana just as good. Gabe Kapler, no. Johnny Damon, no. 12 Ks for Santana, 8 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned. Now, Twins down 3-2. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Justin Murnau flies out to Kapler. Guzman tag scores. We're tied. Now Cabrera. What's happening here? Ball got away. Ball gets kicked by Cabrera accidentally. That's an error on him. The winning run comes in to score, and the Twins have it by a count of 4-3. Santana improves to 10-6. Over his last 11 starts, Santana's gone 8-2 now, an ERA of 1.5. He's allowed only 33 hits. That's 3 hits per 9, thanks. Opponents only hitting 100 against him. He struck out 112. He's the first pitcher in the expansion era to go 10 straight starts, allowing 4 hits or less and 2 earned runs or less. And there's this. Sox slugger David Ortiz not in action or uniform Sunday. He dropped the appeal of his 5-game suspension just before the game. Ortiz punished for emptying the bat rack on the field after his ejection July 16th against the Angels. Yeah, we'll see you in Detroit on Saturday.
A's and Rangers have traded the AL West lead the last 3 days. Bottom two, Mark Redmond facing Mark Teixeira. Scoreless game, and Jermaine Dye helps keep it that way. This has got to be a base hit. Dye makes an incredible grab, and he'd do even better later, if you can believe that. Top four were still scoreless. Eric Chavez makes it Bob Marley. Oh, good. Gaggly goo. Upper Deck, his 19th of the year. Bottom four, Redmond continues to deal. Teixeira up, got robbed by Dye. This time does not put the bat on the ball in the off-speed pitch. 2 batters later, Brian Jordan also can't get it. Redmond, 7 innings, 4 Ks, no walks, 1 earned. Bottom 6, Kevin Mench. Look at the size of that heat! And is it a homer? No. Dye brings it back onto the playing field. Spectacular grab there. Mark Kotze, 8 homers this season. 3 have come against Texas. Let's make that 9 and 4. Solo shot. And the A's win 3 of 4, only their second series win on the road in their last 10 road series. They've won 8 of 9 overall, 9 of 13 this season against Texas. And the key to this particular series was the starting pitching for the Rangers, or the lack thereof. Starters averaged 3 2/3, ERA approaching 9. And surprisingly, the Ranger bats didn't help out much either. They were quiet, hitting under 240. Edmonds, Jason Schmidt, 99 career wins, looking for a milestone. Instead, Scott Rowland gets one as he unleashes the hogback grumbler. 465 feet, his 7th 25 home run season. It's 2 Love Cardinals. Bottom 1, and Barry Bonds nearly gets killed. Oh! Craig Durham, look out. And when Durham comes back, Barry's like, I'm only the best of our generation. Could you please not kill me? Then Bonds kills this ball way deep and gone, but it's foul. But it is in the McCovey Cove area where that fella or lady in the chicken outfit. The chicken's not part of this equation. A normal civilian gets it. Lucky fan. Hooray. 2 pitches later, Bonds tries to tie this thing up, but to the deepest part of the ballpark, Roger Cedeno squeezes it. Bonds 0 for 4. Didn't walk. First time that's happened. Well, it's only happened in 17 games. There's Fat Albert on second. He went 3 for 5. Jim Edmonds, you could cook bacon on the man, John. He's so hot. A 13-homer, 27 RBI month. In July, he brings home Fat Albert. The
Braves running away with the NL East, and at the Mets' expense. Tom Glavine's success against his former team, as you see there, none really. Bottom 5, Braves already up 3-0, and Andrew Jones is wearing a ball out like a ripe melon. His 17th of the year, 3rd ever off Glavine. It is 6 Love, first set Braves. Here come the Mets, so down 6-1. Cliff Floyd off Paul Bird. All right, you get a couple 3 back there. On his 14th, it's 6-4. More tennis scores. Top 9, though. Braves bring in John Smoltz to close it out. And by way of review, here's why you like to have John Smoltz in the game. Doggy, no shot. Vance Wilson swinging through that one, and then David Wright, the rookie. Sometimes the master gets you. Big hook. Braves win it 6-5. Sweep away the Mets. New York now 9 back. How about these Braves? 5.5 games up in their division. They've made up 9 games in the standings over the last month. Through games on July 1st, they were 3.5 back. Same goes June 1st. They are 1-0 in August after a 20-6 July. They just keep winning. How about 13 straight division titles? Could happen.
might be the catch of the year. White Sox have lost 7 in a row, the last 4 by a run, and they're taking it out on Jeremy Bonderman. Jose Valentin spanks it right off his shin. Bonderman would leave the game. He said it hurt a lot because it hit mostly bone, not muscle. Danny Patterson comes in, and then Ben Davis provides the muscle. Batting 140, had 2 of the 14 hits for the Sox in this game. They're up 3-0. They go on to win 6-4, and that hideous 7-game skid finally is halted.
Indians Royals, CC Sabathia 0-3 in his last 4 starts against Kansas City. That's just bad luck, and this is just bad mojo. Desi Relaford on first after a walk. He tries to steal, and Tim Laker, his own catcher, hits poor CC in the bag. He would be fine.
He's got plenty of back.
Right, he's a large target. Top 9 Indians down 8-6. Runners in the corners. Pinch hitter Victor Martinez grounds to the 4-6-3 double play. Run scores, no RBI, of course. 8-7 Royals. Coco Chris then to center. David DeJesus doing some Mo Green hustling, and that'll end your game right there. I mean, there are a lot of good outs, but on the 27th out, that's spectacular. Royals win 8-7.
Let's show you that part. Tim Wakefield celebrating his 38th birthday, and this is the perfect way to celebrate. Against a team you completely own. against the Devil Rays. Wakefield 9-1, a 2.61 ERA. He has 8 straight decisions. He is 4-0 with a 1.62 ERA at Tropicana Field. Bottom of the first, and Tino Martinez says, "Happy birthday, homie." That's out, a 2-run shot. Devil Rays go up 2-0, and is it run roll time?
Uh-oh.
No, it's all good, because from there, Wakefield settles down, and the Devil Rays knuckle under. Jose Cruz in the second inning, Jeff Bloom. Wakefield retired 10 straight after giving up the home run. Top of the 5th, Red Sox ahead 3-2. Kevin Euclid up with 2 on, and he delivers. It's good. Bill Miller and Gabe Kapler come around to score, and all of a sudden, Boston up 5-2. And you know, if Wakefield's doing his thing and they're up, that's good news. Bottom of the 6th, and how about a little defense for you? Watch Wakefield get out of the way for Bill Miller. That's thinking on your feet. When you're 38, you can do things like that. Bottom of the 7th. B.J. Upton at the plate, the 19-year-old Upton making his major league debut, and how about B.J.?
19.
The first teen to play in the major leagues this year. He may be young, but he's ready with the base hit. He singled to right. Upton 1 for 3. Same inning, 2 away. Rocco Baldelli hits one straight up in the air. It comes basically straight down. Good night for Wakefield. 6-3 the final score as Wakefield rolls again and does his thing, goes 7 solid innings, and more importantly, with the win, the Red Sox are now just a half game behind the Rangers in the AL wildcard race. The Angels are a game back, followed by a couple of American League Central teams.
Gonna have to settle for us in the meantime. The long-awaited Indians-Blue Jays, maybe your favorite teams. Cleveland and Toronto getting together for the first time this season. Cliff Lee 10-3, the ERA 4.65. Both numbers are about to get worse. Vernon Wells 3-run shot. It's 3-0 in the first. Next batter, Josh Phelps. I'll have what he's having. Solo shot, his 12th. 4-0 Jays in the 5th. Carlos Delgado hits it down the first base line. Ball takes a bad hop, hits Lou Merloni. Ouch. Frank Menachino comes around to score. Jays up 6-1. More importantly, Merloni, right off the shoulder, takes him down. He was okay. Jays win at 6-1. Lee allowed 6 runs, then gave up a glove to boot. He's 0-3.